Victoriana, English Victoriana. Taxi ranks will always be full, but now that they're marshalled, it's not so bad. They're knackered for the next day, because now you've got to have them, especially the young ones, they'll not work. They'll have 2 nights in and then they'll have work and then they'll have another day off. They can't cope with the pressure of working late in the mornings. But the CCTV doesn't catch everything because you've got to look at them at different angles. So if you've got 5 or 6 cameras in, you've got a good shot. But if you've only got 1 or 2, it's a problem. If you see a troublemaker or a drug pusher, what you know, they don't get through the door. But all the non-drug addicts and that's known by us and mostly by the door staff. So they don't really get a foot through the door. But on the weekend, when it gets chock-a-block, the bars, of course, they slip in. But the CCTV has its advantages, but it has its disadvantages. But vandalism in the toilet area, that's the main thing. They go in there and they shoot up there and there's lines of cocaine and that. But we're not allowed to have a camera in there. You know what I mean? If you come in a bar and you expect get into trouble, you'll get caught. If you come in a bar to enjoy yourself, which the majority of people do, well, that's it at the end of the day. It's the future. You'll be having it on your front doors and your backyards before long because it's the society you're living in. It's getting out of hand. Late licence law should have come into effect years ago because the simple reason is if people have only got £30 to spend, they can only come out with £30. But now they take the time to spend it. They'll not spend it in like till 11 o'clock and then rush it all down. Now they've got time to drink quality stuff, you know. So by the time they can stop at 12 o'clock, 12:30. But you don't get, the only people you get is the compulsory alcoholics. And it's not the alcohol what causes the problem, it's drug-fueled people. They have bottles of vodka and bottles of Lambrini before they come out the house, and then they have a few pill pops. So when they hit the town at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock at night, they're already looking for trouble and they're already psyched up. So nobody's going to spoil their night, but they're going to spoil everybody else's night. It's like drug pushers. You've got to keep an eye on them, try to stop them getting in the door. More or less like Big Brother, but not as serious. Well, it makes no difference because if it's had the taxis queues, will be taxi queues. It makes no difference. The point is, if you've got stuff on the arena or a big event in Newcastle, the taxi ranks will always be full. But now that they're marshalled, it's not so bad. The staff's got to get home 4 o'clock in the morning and they're knackered for the next day. They can't cope with the pressure of working late in the mornings. It's here to stay. It's here to stay. It's cheaper in nightclubs. The late licence is cheaper in nightclubs. You're not paying £10 to get in a nightclub. You can sit in the bar and spend that extra tenner in the bar. It all depends on your clientele, what you've got in. And the people on the door, when the CCTV's working, people that feel comfortable, they'll stop in a bar. If they feel threatened, they'll go out. Definitely a good thing that should have been brought in. It was only a thing what was brought in for the war, to stop people going back to Vickers Armstrong pistol that caused explosions. And it never got back into fashion after the war finished. But it's a better thing, it's a modern society. Now you've got to move with the times. We're too Victorian in Newcastle, we have been we're 30 years behind anybody else. It's a modern city. England's Victoriana. The laws, you can't sit outside of the table and chairs after 7 o'clock at night. So you're pushed inside a smoky environment inside a bar. The council's got too much power and so's the police. They don't know how a bar's run, organised bar. But if you can go up to Jesmond area, up there you can sit out all evening until 11 o'clock at night, table and chairs. In Newcastle you can sit out 7 o'clock. So if somebody sitting out there from summer night, they've got to be pushed inside in the smoke environment, and it doesn't help the situation at all. No, it's the best thing whatever happened, apart from the bar staff. I mean, the bar staff's the ones what suffer. With Newcastle being an industrial city, they come out from all over. But I mean, before they come into town, they've got to pay £15, £20 taxi fare. So we don't have any trouble with the late licence. You always get the odd 1 or 2, but they're mostly ones what's fueled up before they come out. Most of the ones come out. Students are the worst when they've been drinking and before they come out. I'm not getting at you because you're a student. But we don't have any trouble with the late licence. You always get the odd 1 or 2, but they're mostly ones what's fueled up before they come out. Most of the ones come out. Students are the worst when they've been drinking and before they come out. I'm not getting at you because you're a student, but we find students, they'll pull all the money resources together, a couple of bottles of vodka, and then they'll hit the town and they'll look for the cheapest bar with the cheapest drink, and then they'll come in, feet up on the seats, tables trashed, and then beer mats. They're the worst kind when you get there. And then the drug addicts after that. But if you've got a controlled bar and a controlled environment like these places, we're on the gay circuit, we have very, very little trouble on here. Just the usual old lesbian or the usual gay what's fighting. No, we have no knives or anything like that. We have nothing like that down here. It's well established, it's well protected, this area. That's why we get a lot of straight women and straight men in, because they feel safe here, they're not threatened. Okay, thanks, mate. Well, your mate's too late now because I'm sorry, but I've got things to do. Okay, not a problem.